I have a question. What kind of person buys or uses a 9mm revolver? Huh? Me. I know a lot of people aren't fans of semi-auto calibers and revolvers, but I gotta tell you, I do think they have their purpose. Now, if you were to ask me, what is your favorite caliber for a revolver? Because let me just state at the beginning, I am a big fan of revolvers. I'm actually to the point where I like revolvers a lot better than semi-autos. I'm just tired of looking at plastic guns with magazines. They're cool. I like them. I enjoy them. I carry them frequently. But I just get a little bit more, I don't know, intrigued and happy when I'm shooting a revolver rather than a semi-auto. I like it. If it's single action, even better. But anyway, uh, I got to tell you, my favorite caliber would be 357 Magnum, and the reason being is that you can use 357 in all its various loadings, and you can also use 38 Special. Now, I want to put an asterisk next to that. When I say that that's my favorite caliber for a revolver, it is so because that's the ones I have. I have 357 Magnums. The one I'm the most intrigued by, and I won't include it here because I've never fired one and I don't have one, would be a 460 Smith & Wesson, because you can fire 460 Smith & Wesson, 454 Casull, 45 Colt, and if you have any, 45 Schofield. That really intrigues the crap out of me because you can get some crazy 460 rounds. 454s are pretty awesome. 45 Colt goes everything from really weak cowboy action shooting loads up to like really stout loads. So it's a pretty cool revolver to have. I love to have one. But like I said, of the ones I have, I would say 357 because I find it to be more versatile. Now, why do I value 9mm in a revolver? Well, for one thing, I can't kind of really figure out why some people don't like 9mm in revolvers. I'll give you a little example. Let's start with this one first. Now, this is your regular 5-shot snub nose revolver. Taurus actually makes probably almost exactly the same thing in 38 Special. And people would carry that and not think twice. Well, this one fires 9mm. 9mm actually has a little bit more oomph than a 38 Special. So as far as being a potent self-defense round, I would make the argument that most 9mm are better than most 38 Specials. You know, you might have a slightly more recoil, but I mean, it's really not much to even speak of, to be honest with you. And if you're shooting a stainless steel gun like this, you know, versus a polymer framed, revolver, it's not even noticeable. Now, the knock on that would be that you have to use moon clips. And, you know, that is an argument, and I will give you that. Depending on the revolver you have, you know, the rounds might get stuck if you don't use moon clips. They might not shoot properly. So you need the moon clips. Now, with this particular revolver, the moon clips are extremely convenient, but not necessary. I find that if I can load the rounds one by one if I wanted to, which of course would take longer in a self-defense situation, so you wouldn't want to do that, but just go into the range, I can load them one by one. And surprisingly, I can unload them just kind of by tipping the gun upside down, and the empty shells just come right out. The casings just kind of fly. It's pretty cool the way it always works like that, but like I said, it has so far. It might be a time when it gets stuck. So it is better to use the moon clips. Now, some would criticize the fact that you have to use moon clips, but it's really not that bad, and I'll tell you why. These are the same people who would use a speed loader. Now, if you get a speed loader, you'll load your 5 or 6 rounds onto a speed loader, and then you keep this big bulky speed loader in your pocket, and then if you need to reload, you knock your empties out, put the speed loader over it, give it a twist, release them, put them back in, put the speed loader back in your pocket. With this, I actually think that the moon clips are pretty convenient because you just drop the whole thing in. There's no lining it up and then twisting it and spinning it, pulling it back out. No, just drop it in. So I actually think that worst case scenario, Moon clips are about as convenient as a speed loader, and you know what? Maybe in some ways they're a little bit better. So, when you're looking at something like this, let's say versus a 38 special, I don't think that having to use moon clips is, if you're using this as a self-defense gun, is a bad thing. It could actually be a little bit better depending on your preferences. And I would find 9mm to be a more potent defensive round than 38 special. The other thing is that 9mm, I find anyway, because I like 38 special. Don't think I don't. I like 38 special. I just don't particularly care for guns that are only chambered in 38 special. I did a video on that if you want to check it out. Why I would only buy 357 over a 38, but that's another story. It's easier to find, I find, and when you do find it, it's cheaper. I'm seeing still 38 special around me for like 60, 70 cents a round, unfortunately. Maybe we have expensive stores, but I'm finding 9mm, believe it or not, for 25 cents. Well, actually, no, about 20, 29 cents a round. That's not bad. I mean, it's not 2018 prices, but it's not bad. I'll take it. Now, with something like this gun here, this one's really awesome, and the reason why that is, and I've done videos on both of these if you want to go back through some of my older ones. This is a Taurus. This is a Taurus 905. This is a Taurus 692 tracker. The cool thing about this is it comes with 2 cylinders. One cylinder is for 357 Magnum, so of course you could shoot 38 special. The other one is for 9mm, and I like that quite a bit because when I bought this gun, I was taking it to the range a lot for practice, and I would bring 357 Magnum. And actually, you know what? I don't think I brought any 38 special. I don't think I've ever fired 38 special out of this because I bought it during the whole gun ammo craze kind of thing. I ended up trading in a Kel-Tec PMR 30. Don't ever buy that gun. It stinks. But anyway, enough of that. I don't think I ever brought 38 special because I could never find it for what I considered a decent price. So I had a bunch of 357 Magnum that I already owned. And I had a bunch of 9mm because a lot of my handguns are in 9mm just for that purpose. And I was able to enjoy this just with 9mm. So I was kind of getting the experience of sort of kind of shooting the 38 specials would be like, because again, with a handgun of this size and weight, like the 6.5-inch barrel, and it's got a little weight to it. I mean, there's almost no recoil to speak of. I mean, it's really not much there with that kind of weight and it's comfortable grip and everything. So it kind of gave a similar impulse to what a 38 special would be like. It also tamed the 357s down quite a bit too, which was pretty cool. You knew you were firing 357, but it wasn't snappy or anything at all. But the cool thing is I got to enjoy this handgun for a lot less money per round. And because it was a lot less money per round, I was able to stay at the range longer because I shoot in an indoor range. So, of course, I have to drop some money every time I go there. So it was nice to have an option to bring a gun that's a little less expensive to shoot. But it wasn't just like I was popping 22s off. It was 9mm, so it's like quote unquote real round. But I was able to do so pretty affordably because again I was using at the time 9mm that I purchased 50 round boxes for $8.99. So I mean I was kind of still basking in the like 2017, 2018 prices. So for those of you who don't see the purpose of a 9mm pistol, I gotta tell you, there's a lot of value to it. Like I said, some people might be put off by the fact that you need moon clips, but if you're taking it for a defensive gun and you're going to carry speed loaders, it's really very similar. Now I know some people might prefer speed loaders, some people might prefer moon clips, but even if you're in one of those camps, maybe you want to think about the other end, like really is it that different? And you could just buy some moon clips. This one, this is just awesome because it gives you another option, which is one of the reasons I like the 460, because the 460 gives you multiple options to shoot ammunition. And you never know if there's going to be a tough time where there is an ammo shortage again. and you don't know what you have or may have. I mean, think about this. You have this revolver right here. You really want to shoot the revolver, but you don't have any ammunition for it. Well, it's more likely you'll have ammunition because now you got 2 cylinders. You can shoot 3 calibers in it. That's why I always tell people I would rather have a 357 Magnum revolver than a 38 Special, and I don't have any 38 Special revolvers because they only shoot 38. But if I have a 357, it's shooting 357 and it's shooting 38. Plus, some 38s might not be too good for 38 plus P. A 357 will handle 38 plus P. So, always kind of look at that. I know that Ruger makes, or at least they made, I don't know if they still make them, but some convertible Blackhawks, and they'll have 357s that have the 2 cylinders, where you have the 357 38 and then the 9mm. They also had one that shot 45 Colt and 45 ACP, and I think they may have also had one for 22 and 22 Magnum. I could be totally off on that. Not a Blackhawk, obviously, but they might have. So it's pretty cool when you can, and of course, 44 Magnum, you can shoot 44 Magnum, 44 Special. So it's pretty cool when you have multiple ammo choices because it makes it easier for you to stack up what you have. You can kind of shop around. I mean, yeah, you might want to shoot 44 Magnum one day, but if 44 Special is a little cheaper, well, maybe just deal with it and get the 44 Special, And plus, a warm 44 isn't really that bad compared to maybe a lower end 44 Magnum. I mean, yeah, you lose something, but if you're just, having some fun at the range, it's not really a big deal. But anyway, I have gone on long enough about this topic and the whole semi-auto revolver thing, but just something to look into if you haven't already, something you might be interested in, and I would definitely check them out, especially this one I kind of sort of wanted, but I ended up getting it because it was so cheap. Ridiculously cheap. So, it was a good deal. So, if you are not subscribed, please subscribe. If you like the video, hit the thumbs up so I know what you guys like and don't like, and I will talk to you later.